Back with Chapter 2 for the 4 Signs of a Dynamic Catholic, and I'll be reading excerpts from this chapter. Prayer. Are you spiritually healthy? When I am spiritually healthy, nothing bothers me. This one truth is the fruit of many years of self-observation. When I'm spiritually healthy, my wife can take forever to get ready, the stock market can drop 1,000 points in a day, the flight can be canceled, my favorite team can lose, and my plans can fall apart. But I'm able to remain calm and maintain a joyful outlook with a deep inner peace. I know when I'm in a place of spiritual health, and I know when I'm not. One of the key indicators of spiritual health seems to be gratitude. When I'm spiritually healthy, I am grateful. But when I'm not, even the smallest things drive me crazy. At those times, I tend to be irritable, restless, and discontented. In fact, my attitude towards other drivers on the road between my home and the office is a pretty good barometer of how healthy I am spiritually. If I have a spiritual cold, I am just a little bit irritable, a little bit restless, and a little bit discontented. But if I am struggling with a spiritual cancer, these indicators go off the charts. Someone around me at work or at home could do the smallest irritating thing, and that'll be enough to get me all twisted up inside. I may not lose it on the outside, but on the inside, I am seething. Anyone can be happy when things go their way. Anyone can be happy when they get what they want. But part of our inheritance as children of God is a way of life that allows us to be joyful even when things don't go our way. Would you like to carry within you a joy that cannot be extinguished by anything that happens? Are you willing to work for it? When we are spiritually healthy, we experience that joy, and nothing can rob us of it. More than anything else, wherever you are in your life, I hope this book helps you to grow in spiritual health so that you can experience that kind of joy. How spiritually healthy are you today? How do your best days begin? Life is a collection of days, and some days are better than others. This may seem obvious, and so you perhaps don't question it. But why are some days better than others? One thing I've discovered as I became more and more conscious of what is happening within me and around me is that if a day doesn't get off to a good start, it very rarely finishes as a good day. Once a day gets away from us, we tend to go into survival mode. And a day can get away from us in so many ways. In fact, a day will almost certainly go wrong unless we consciously take the time to focus the day first thing each morning. How do your best days begin? Most people don't know. They have a hunch, but they have simply never thought enough about it or experimented with it. This is the first thing that sets dynamic Catholics apart. They know how their best days begin. And they use this knowledge to give real direction to their lives at the beginning of each day. The first sign of a dynamic Catholic is prayer. More specifically, it's a daily commitment to prayer. Dynamic Catholics universally begin their day with some type of prayer, a spiritual routine that focuses their day. Some settle down in a comfortable chair with their morning coffee. Others go to Mass. Some focus their day by praying the morning offering and have their main time of prayer at some other point in the day. But all of them begin their day with a prayer of some kind, however brief. And on a day when they don't follow their routine, they can feel the difference. They feel unfocused, stressed, less conscious of what is happening in and around them, less capable of giving those they care about the love and attention they deserve, and disconnected from God. It is as if they feel disconnected from themselves when they don't start their days in the way that they know works best. Dynamic Catholics know how their best days begin, and the more mature among them, mature in wisdom, not in age, will do almost anything to defend their morning routine. They would rather get up an hour earlier than forego that routine. They know that a day doesn't start well, tends to not end well. It is simply too difficult to shift the momentum of a day. How do your best days begin? Try beginning your day with prayer, however brief, and observe how it impacts the rest of your day. a routine of prayer. Once upon a time, there were 3 frogs sitting on a leaf of a lily outside the palace of a great king. 2 of the frogs decided to jump into the pond. How many frogs are left on the lily leaf? 3. Deciding to do something is not the same as doing it. The first sign of a Catholic is prayer. More specifically, it is a daily commitment to prayer. That means that they don't hope they get around to praying each day. It is not merely a good intention, it is a priority. Daily prayer has become an ingrained habit for them. Even more specific than a commitment, dynamic Catholics have a routine of prayer. This was one of the inspiring patterns that showed up over and over again in the research. They have a routine of prayer. What does that mean? Well, they tend to pray at the same time every day. They tend to pray in the same place every day. And they tend to pray in the same way every day. Too many of us tell ourselves that we will pray when we get around to it. This, of course, means that on many days, we don't get around to it. Over time, we are more likely to fall into the habit of not praying every day than we are to fall into the habit of praying every day. The reason is because we tend to not just fall into really good life-changing habits. We tend to fall into bad habits. The good ones need to be sought out intentionally. And prayer is one of them.